I have what I call a 5-step rule. If I'm out working and I'm dealing with the chickens and I need a bucket for eggs, or I need something to tie up a fence, or I need a stick to get a pig in, or whatever I need, if I go more than 5 steps, I assume I've passed it. That I have to actually stop and look around and see what it is that I missed, because this place is so abundant that if you need something, it's there. It's a wonderful place to live. So these are 45-gallon containers. This is 45 gallons of wonderful organic material that can be used to increase the fertility of our soil that we're putting here instead of a landfill. And then this is the end of the food cycle, that whole cycle of life and death. This is the very end of it. Or is it the beginning? So let me introduce you to whom I like to call Willow the Wood Woman. She's a wonderful piece of folk art that was donated to the farm, and she stands here next to our barn. And Willow seems a very apt name for her. She and Sula, the white kitten that you'll see here and there around, they're really the guardian spirits of this place. And so one other livestock that we have here on the farm are our bees. This is a very small apiary run by our bee master, Scott Medwid. Most of our hives are over on the North Fields, and I'm sure there's someplace else on the website you can find out more about our bees. But they're a very important part of our farm community, because without these little darlings, none of our fruits and vegetables could be pollinated, none of the fruits and vegetables could grow. We wouldn't even have food for the pigs and chickens. This place has its own plan. It has its own agenda, and it is doing things in its own pace. An example of that, in my experience this year, has been the barn fire that we had. That can be a very difficult thing for a lot of communities, but this farm right away felt, well, okay, that happened. Still, life is going to come forth from these ashes, and that's exactly what is happening. So it really is a cycle. There is no beginning point or end point, but we tend to think of, oh, this is a start and this is a finish. Now the cantaloupe looks this way. Next year, maybe that cantaloupe is going to be peas or corn or green peppers. And before long, guess what? That cantaloupe's actually going to be a human being for a while. So there's really no end point or beginning point on that cycle. So I love the spirit of this place, as it were. Excellent.